Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? John Hiley and Angela Hiley here with the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. Chilling with your host with the most, Angela motherfucking Hiley. Come on, everybody, give her some cheers, huh?
Take that off. Take it off.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight?
That's horrid.
Now, this is like our first live Facebook podcast in like probably a fucking year.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my horse's head?
I don't like that.
You know what, guys? I like the horse's head, so. And for all of you listeners out there, I just went live against the wifey's wishes with a horse's head. And in fact, I don't even know where the fuck the horse's head came from.
It came from Jonathan and Nathan.
It came from John and Nate. So, you know, I took like half the day off today and came back, and every day they have something new on my Batman. Yesterday, it was my gas mask that... You scroll down a couple videos on my Facebook here. I actually had a gas mask that I was wearing with a anti-contamination suit, and that is my effort to fight COVID-19.
The Corona hoe.
With the Corona hoe, because we don't want no Corona hoe bitches up on me. We don't want none of these Corona hoes. You want one of them Corona hoes?
I feel so.
That reminds me of Lou Freeman.
Oh, I feel so out of place. I really do right now.
Oh, I think this may be the first time that we've went live and actually
a long time
had a podcast. And actually, guys, for any of you listeners out there, we actually plan on doing this a little bit more often. I'm going to drag her in here and make her do it. And
I like doing it without going live.
Well, you just got to pretend that the camera's not even there.
All right.
So, yeah, you pretend the camera's not there, and then you're good to
go. It's out of my comfort zone right now.
But wait, you said something about the Corona hoe here.
That's what I call it. I call it the Corona hoe.
See, that actually reminds me of Lou Freeman said there was a bunch of dent guys that got the COVID-19 when they were at a strip club.
No, he said just a couple.
Yeah, and then we were talking about that. And we said Lou Freeman probably can't get COVID-19.
No, he can't.
Hell no, Lou's like me and Jeremy Carroll. Like me and Jeremy Carroll. We're rednecks, and we have white trash blood. You can't, COVID-19 can't jump in here and get white trash blood.
No.
What's going on, Jay Gearhart? How you guys doing?
That's my
How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother from another mother?
Yeah, I miss him. I miss him and Mary.
Yeah. Well, he keeps inviting us up there.
I know. We need to, but we ended up going to Utah.
Jay got boats and hoes going on up there.
No, he just got boats. He doesn't have hoes.
Boats with no hose, man.
That's what you need nowadays.
Yeah, so any of y'all who may be listening to the podcast, you're not following me, head on over. Search for John Hiley. If you're not on my friends list, you're not following me. Hook it up, because we're going to be going live. Personal profile is awesome, and to do this type of stuff on it just gets a lot more engagement, things like that. So what's up, Jay? Yep, miss you too, big dog. Miss you too. But we are here to actually talk about this.
No, we're not talking about John's knife.
This is a knife that I actually had picked up in Zion National Park. And for some of you guys who may be listening, you're not checking this out. This is no shit. I bought this from a Native American store.
It was not a Native American store.
I bought it from a store that had a lot of Native American shit in it. And believe it or not, this knife is like part bone and part rock.
They
and
had a lot of souvenir stuff in there.
not some good shit.
No, they
I even
did.
got like a certificate of authenticity.
Whoops, you dropped
which
it.
I dropped it, but it's there. Okay, trust me, it is authentic. And this right here is the 13 skulls on the actual knife. And this is made out of antler and made out of some sort of black stone, which is on the certificate of authenticity. But
You said that's so professional.
I know, right? I know. It's an old Native American legend that describes the existence of 13 live human skulls made of rock crystal that were said to speak and sing. As per the legend, these skulls contain answers of some of the greatest mysteries in life: protection, strength, power, overcoming death, overcoming tough times, a past life, or major changes. And by the power of Grayskull.
I knew that was coming.
By the fucking power of Grayskull. I am He-Man with this motherfucker.
Yes, you are He-Man.
I love that shit. When I read it, I was like, well, that's like, I have to buy that knife.
John's like, I'm buying this knife. And I'm like, okay, whatever tickles your pickle.
It's like the only fucking thing I bought there.
Yeah.
I don't just buy random shit, guys. I mean, it's got to be like something like this knife. You know what I mean? Like some shit that you just don't see every day is what I'm looking for.
That's right.
So that being said, talking about the Corona ho,
Yeah.
we actually had the funniest shit happen here in Ohio. I'd like to know if any of this has happened in some of the other states, because, you know, me and my whole conspiracy theory thing about all this is that, you know, I figure if it's happening here in Ohio, it's probably happening in different places. But our governor literally fucking tested positive for COVID-19.
So what had happened is
and got a false test.
Well, no, Trump. Okay, so Trump came to Ohio yesterday and was in Cleveland, and DeWine took a test before meeting the president, and it tested positive. Then later Thursday evening, he took another one and he tested negative. And then tomorrow on Saturday, he's supposed to take another one, and I guess we'll see what happens.
So I wonder if he tests positive again, do they count that as 2 cases of corona? I bet they do. I bet they're going to count that as 2 cases of COVID-19. What's going on, Ryan? What's going on, Biggs? What's going on, James Bernard? What's up, everybody? Everybody up in the motherfucking house.
What's shaking?
I remember we used to have some, we used to have live podcasts that would go like 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, dear God.
And we would all be on here laughing and talking. We would forget we were having a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we'd look and there'd be one person still watching us.
Yeah.
And it'd be like the majority of the time it'd be like James Lee or some shit.
Yeah.
And we'd say something. He'd be like, yeah, I'm still here, guys. Fuck yeah. So, man, I hope everybody is having a good year. I mean, we've been getting a lot of hail damage and shit this year. It just seems like for the people that I've surrounded myself with and the things that I'm seeing out there, it's pretty fucking good, you know, for what the situation that we're dealing with, how it was earlier this year and shit like that. Me and the wifey, we've been spending quite a bit of time like back and forth in Utah. Mm-hmm. We obviously have plans. A lot of you guys probably heard this on several of the other podcasts. But this time we actually went out there looking for a fucking place to move. So that's how serious we're getting about it. I don't know that we're going to move within, just hypothetically, I would say a year would be something.
I have a plan in my heart and the way I vision it that I will be sitting in my dream home by the time I'm 42. So I'm 40, so that's like 2 years from now. You haven't turned 40 yet. So,
yeah.
I mean, give it a year or 2. But I will be sitting in my dream home in Alpine, facing my favorite mountain, and with my dogs.
Yeah, we got our mountain that we like.
Yeah.
It's like this one mountain.
It's this one
And
specific mountain.
you can only happen to see it from like the most expensive fucking area in Utah. It's like
It's this one mountain, but it has the best energy. I seen this mountain.
it's like I
was
knew she was gonna gravitate to like it's almost like the boots and shit like that, or
No.
clothing. Like we'll gravitate to the most expensive place in Utah.
No, here's the thing.
We
When
tried Ogden.
No.
Dude, y'all fucking in Utah go up to Ogden. Look, when we first went to Salt Lake City, I didn't think like that shit existed. I didn't think place
Well,
like
when
Ogden.
when we were downtown, or wait a minute, what are you talking about?
Just-
like when we
just-
first went out there.
Yeah, Ogden in general.
Ogden reminds me. Okay, the
Fucking
mountains.
Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah, the mountains are beautiful, but it doesn't give me. I don't know. It's just kind of white trashy. That's the best way to describe
We didn't know,
it.
like, when we first went to Utah, apparently we were only in the rich area or whatever. So we just thought, we were like, geez, all of Utah must be like
We
this.
weren't
you know?
necessarily just all in the rich area. I mean, we were just in a very nice area.
Mm-hmm.
But Ogden
Man,
just.
if y'all have never been there, though, that shit, like, it makes, I consider where we live nice. I mean, everybody who's came here thinks of it as being really fucking nice, but you go to like some of them areas around Salt Lake, Utah, and it makes our fucking area look like a slum. And I've been everywhere, and it really
But
does.
this isn't in Salt Lake, though. You're talking about like
Utah County, like around Alpine and around just that fucking area. Like there's Provo down there, there's Alpine.
And
if any
then
of you
there's
guys,
American Fork.
yeah,
Yeah, like
Spanish Fork.
Yeah, like that's right there in that area, which is really nice.
Yeah, right there in that area. So
Yeah.
we went to Park City as well. Had a
Park
good
City's
time in
really
Park
nice.
City, Utah. I had no idea that it was the elevation was so high there. Apparently, if you stay there for a few days, you can actually get what do they call that? Fucking where your elevation sickness or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just a little out of my comfort zone right now. I don't know what the fuck these people are
Get
thinking.
the fuck over it.
Oh,
Get over it.
stupid.
What is wrong with you?
It's just,
Come alive. Come on with me. Come on. Let's do it. Lion face. Ah. Lemon face. Woo. Lion face. Ah. Lemon face. Woo.
it'll be all right. It'll be okay.
She's scared of you guys.
I just don't know who's watching.
There's a lot of people watching now.
I know there is. It's okay. Let's just start talking about stuff. I'll just look out this window, and people will be like, "Okay,
The,
she's not
the blind's not even
I
open,
can look right out
guys.
the door. I can look right out the door. Okay.
Yeah. So
It was like that one time when we did ecstasy when we were at Hookahville, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta look at this street light out here."
some people might not realize if they're jumping on our Facebook here and actually listening to us, we actually had a podcast like 2 or 3 podcasts ago where I just pretty much talked about every single drug that we've ever done.
Yeah.
So, which I actually just recently put a post out there about, we haven't had alcohol or really done any drugs other than her smoking weed and me occasionally smoking weed.
Just call me Smokey.
And God, I probably in the last 2 years, I probably smoked weed like twice.
It helps with my anxiety. That's why.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it really does.
we're pretty open with that shit. You know what I mean? I just figure there's no reason to hide it nowadays. I mean, I kind of feel like people who hide like little shit about their personality and stuff like that, it's like, man, if you can't even fucking admit something that small, if you can't come out and just say, hey, fuck yeah, okay, I smoked weed a week ago, or I fucking like to smoke weed, or I like to drink, or every now and again I'll do a little toot,
I'll do a little.
do a little toot, Me and her, we haven't done any toot for a long time. In fact,
Oh my God.
yeah, I mean, wait, how long have we been together?
We'll be together 20 years in November. That's a long time. Like, just think of that.
So the last time we did a little toot,
I was 20 and you were 19 when we got together. John was 19. Can you believe that? And I
yeah.
was 20. It's crazy.
She's older than me, guys.
Yeah, but I look younger, though.
So that means if we've been together for 20 years, the last time we did a little toot, Was probably
before you
2
got me.
weeks. It was 2 weeks into our relationship.
Yeah, well, it was before you got me knocked up because you got me knocked up a month and a half after we were together.
Yeah.
So, a lot went down before John got me knocked up.
Yo, I actually heard they'll let you do like psychedelics or some shit in Colorado now.
Yeah, mushrooms.
I might do a vision quest.
We were just talking about that. Remember on the ride over here?
I don't think there's anything fucking wrong with it. I think there's spiritual cleansing and shit like
I know.
that.
I was telling John, I was like, I don't know. There's just something about me, like right now, just this time, whatever. And I'm like, I would really love to like eat some shrooms. But I told him, I said, is there a way that I can eat a certain amount that's going to give me like all the happiness? But it's not going to go left on me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's never guaranteed with anything like that, number one. The second thing is you better only have that amount because what happens, like when you eat mushrooms, that makes you want to keep eating them. So you'll start having fun, you'll start laughing, you'll start having a good time, and you'll be like, ha, let's eat some more.
Yeah.
Let's eat some more. And next thing you know, they're all gone, and you're totally fucked, and there's just no way to stop it. Hey, Nick Miller, what's going on, big dog Nick?
I miss
Nick,
yeah.
What is up, brother? Yeah, man, he said DMT. All right, I'm going to give you a phone call about that.
But no, like a long time ago, I ate a little bit of shrooms, and it was like when we were camping and ate some little bit of shrooms, and I started getting the giggles, and there's people that had Christmas lights, and they were like ooh and ah, and John said I wanted to eat more of them, but we didn't have any more, so I just had to go
That's
off
it.
what with.
That's
but it was
what
like,
mushrooms do to you. They trick you.
It was a really good time, but I wanted just a little.
They trick
more.
you into thinking that you can just continue eating more. And oh man, next thing you know, you are just fucked. You feel like you're just floating through fucking outer space.
But you told me
I had a couch one time. I thought a couch was going to eat me.
You told me one time it's like a key, that you see this key and it fits into your brain. It like opens.
Well, that's
everything up.
actually, if you look at, like technically, if you look at the chemicals that happen and shit like that, like the chemical structure looks like a key and it looks like it's going into a lock hole, which is kind of fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. I need a shaman though.
Well, remember Catherine was telling us that there's a place in Colorado that this takes place.
A fucking shaman.
I want to do this. I just want to see like what it's gonna bring out in me, because I feel like what?
I just like.
Are you afraid?
Maybe a little bit.
What it's gonna do to me?
I'm afraid like it's gonna do something to you and then wig me out, because the whole time I'll be worried about you.
No. You're not afraid I'd be like chasing you around with something, do you?
Damn, man.
I'm just messing. Wouldn't that be funny though? Like you see John running and I'm like chasing him with like a big stick or something like that.
I'll be fucking gone, yo. Fuck that.
Oh, come on, be funny. It'd be a giggle.
Yeah.
We'd all have a giggle out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd all have a giggle out of it. So
we'd have a giggle.
So here we actually had the Mobile Tech Expo fucking canceled on us. I was supposed to speak there this year, and we kind of figured it was going to cancel. But what even sucks worse is that we rented a Airbnb there that was fucking massive. Like we ended up renting this huge house and had a swimming pool outside, all kinds of stuff like that. Fortunately, we're going to get half of it back, but we were actually going to be having our mastermind meeting there this year, which is going to be restructured. We're actually looking for something in the middle of September where we're going to be going to, I was actually calling it, it's Bozeman, Montana. But when I first read it, I don't know, I just read it, and you guys know that I'm kind of like fucking raised by hillbillies and shit like that. The first thing that I seen was Boozy Man. And we had a meeting last week. We had a mastermind meeting last week, and I was telling everybody that we needed to go to Boozy Man, Montana. And Cole, turns out Cole was from Bozeman, Montana.
the funny
what
thing.
we're really looking away is get away from this fucking mask bullshit, to be honest with you. We don't want to go to Vegas. We don't have to go to Vegas.
The funny thing is John.
Mm-hmm.
John has his own language, so he'll come up with his own words. And unfortunately, when he does this, I kind of I just inherit what he.
It's because my mom used to come up with her own words.
And so
She used to call, when I was in wrestling, she'd always call me a wrestler. She'd be like, "You going to wrestling practice, boy?"
And I was just like, when John said that, I didn't even look and see how the name of the city was, what it looked like, and I'm just like, man.
I think Boozy Man sounds cooler though.
I don't know if that's really how you say it. And then Cole's like, no, I'm from there. It's Bozeman. And then next thing you know, he almost gets Michelle calling it Boozy Man.
Michelle starts calling it Boozy Man.
You just have your own language.
We're going to be setting that up, and then I think, next week I'm going to be flying out. We're going to be flying into Dallas, Texas next week. Mm-hmm. We're going to get the chance to go out and hang out with Craig and all them. It looks like Thursday night, and if many of you guys haven't been following it, we are selling. They're fully stocked with the original tactical, which, guys, I pulled that shit off the shelf for 6 months. I just couldn't do it anymore. And to be honest with you, Craig and them over there at Anson are really the only people I wanted to work with. I didn't consider anybody else. So I was talking to Craig one day, and we've got a good, long-standing relationship. We talk on the phone quite a bit. And I've spent quite a bit of time out there with him. And we decided it'd be a good idea for them to start making all the tactical stuff. So we just got our last round of hammers. I know I talked to you guys about this early on when I sold the Krispy Kreme edition. And then I also had the tactical, the black carbon fiber ones. So was going to run a sale on them, but I just called Craig up and said, man, you want these? So I actually just shipped all of them to him. So they're going to have tactical Punishers in stock here pretty soon. They've got the tactical T-handle, and they've got the other, the tactical original now in stock.
The Gorilla.
And to top it off, one of the reasons why I put it in their hands is because we're going to be able to make all kinds of killer shit for these tools. So I know a lot of you guys own the tactical handles. There's going to be some really cool shit coming down the pipeline with them. But to top it off, I'm also going to a mastermind meeting out there as well. So I'm part of a mastermind group called Apex Executive. And it's my friend Ryan Stuman and his group. And I'm part of their executive program where we go out and we have monthly fly-in Fridays. So going to kind of be killing two birds with one stone, get out there, do some business, hang out with Craig and them, and then we're going to be flying right back on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So lots of shit coming down the pipeline here, guys. One of the things that I'm going to do, a lot of you guys who were Dent Trainer members or are Dent Trainer members, is we're going to be duplicating a lot of my original tools. And a lot of my original tools really can't be bought. Not the way that they are, not the way that they've been shaped and tailored and stuff like that. So we're going to try to get to as close to some of my original set, which I truly believe, man, I don't give a fuck. We sold my original set before, and anybody who's bought my original set is just like, dude, this set is fucking insane. I mean, you can do anything with it. And we're going to be just recreating that. And one of the main reasons is we actually got a new Dent Trainer that's being built out right now. And this thing is fucking phenomenal, y'all. We've never seen anything like it. It's next level in every way. Not only is it next level in every way, but it also gives the opportunity for some of our partners to sell their own subscription off of our platform. Okay. Which, if you guys know my business partner, Mike Toledo, he is just decking this fucking thing out, making it look stupid good. And the functionality inside of it and the things inside of it, I'm not going to give away too much, but it's just insane. It's next level. It's super fast. It's where we're going to be housing Dent Trainer for a long, long time. And so apparently that's going to be coming soon. Mike's handling that, and that's something that's going to be coming within the next, week or two.
Ooh.
So some of you guys who are Dent Trainer members, you're going to be logging into a different platform. It's dope. It's so good. Another thing is that, God, man, we're finding out You know, I don't know if a lot of people really got the message, and I got to spread this message a little bit further, is that typically the people that we want to work with hailads.com, and one of the reasons why we only offer it to one city is because we really only want to work with locals, okay? So we want to work with people that are local to that city, and it really has nothing to do, if you're a hail chaser, it has nothing to do with me saying, I don't like you because I don't want to work with you. It has something to do with me saying that it's much harder for me to advertise you if you haven't been ingrained in that community. So it just happens to be like our advertising techniques and things like that. They're designed for people who live in that area. We actually leverage their audience, things like that.
Well, basically, it's benefiting somebody that has a brick and mortar shop. It's already built somewhat of a reputation in their city that they're located in.
And I truly apologize. Any of you guys have, tried to get with me on that, and I haven't got back with you because we've been very, very busy with it. And we're just about to the point where it can scale. And to be honest with you, I need to hire somebody in sales, and I'm working on that right now. So I'm working on getting somebody hired to actually take care of the leads and things like that are coming in, because there's probably about 100 leads that I haven't personally gotten back with. And so that's something I'm going to hand over to them. But as we get things going and we get things moving, guys, that's what happens when you launch a new service, though, y'all. You got to understand, when you launch something like hailads.com, a totally new service in an industry, you've got to work it for a little while before it becomes scalable, okay? I didn't want to scale and sell 100 cities right off the bat. And that sounds crazy, because you think, man, well, you'd make a bunch of money. Well, the problem is, if you can't control it, you got to learn how to control 10 cities before you can scale it to 100. You know what I mean? So there's a learning experience. There's a lot of tests that were done, and we've done over $500,000 in testing between me and Mike.
Plus, you guys want to be
Facebook
able
and
to
Google
deliver.
alone.
You don't want to have somebody invest in something and then you can't follow through.
That's it. And I may have got on the phone with some of you guys and talked y'all out of doing it, because if I don't think you're a good candidate for what we have to offer, then I'm going to let you know. And it's not me saying, no, I don't want to sell it to you, because I do. But to me, I want to work with people that they already understand the principles. They've already groomed their market. We want to leverage that with our system, because the way that I do things, and I understand, man, there's real cutthroat style business models where you just go in and blast the area and you try to, give away the farm and stuff like that. That's not our business model. That's not the way we do it. So we actually leverage audiences and we try to sell on quality, and things like that. And unfortunately, when somebody comes in out of town, they rent a location at a local car wash or something like that, and they essentially got a pop-up business, it's really hard to communicate to the community that, that you're ingrained in that community and that you're selling quality. I mean, you could be selling the best fucking dent work in the world, but if you don't have anybody in that community rooting you on, and when they see your Facebook post, they comment on there and they say, they're the best, That's what we use. That's how we leverage our ads, and that's how we scale them and make them grow.
Yeah.
People like, Crystal and Dwayne up there in Michigan, we were able to knock it out the park, just knock it out the fucking park for them. But we were working off of their established audience. We were able to really leverage that. So a lot of the ads that we run for them, and then some of you guys seen an ad that I recently wrote for Cole and his dog.
Aww.
So their dog Finn.
Cole, Michelle, their dog.
That's
Finn.
another tip for you guys. I'll be honest with you. If you guys use animals in your ads, I haven't used cats though. I haven't used cats, but look at her. She no. Haven't used cats.
I don't have nothing wrong against cats. I mean, when we take walks, there's a couple stray cats that are in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And, they're extremely nice, but I don't know. There's just something really weird about cat people. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know what. I don't have nothing against y'all. I know there's cat people out there, but for me, as being a dog person, there's just something weird about cat people.
There's something weird about people that have too many fucking cats.
I don't know. There's just something different.
I don't consider somebody who has one or two cats cat people, But if you got fucking 5 or 6 cats, and you might want to rethink that situation a little bit. You might want to think about it a little bit.
I have some family members that got some issues with cats, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah, but you guys can take a look over on Cole's profile and check out the ad that I wrote for his dog, which is
I know.
killing it.
It was so cute.
And the thing is, you don't have to spend as much money with an ad like that. I mean, you can spend a little bit of money per day, and it'll go so far because there's so much engagement and there's so many people that love dogs and love animals and stuff like that. And if you can actually use that and leverage your business, I mean, think about it, guys. Look at the mascots for college teams or, NFL teams, shit like that. I mean, people just love that shit. Georgia Bulldogs. And somehow you can leverage that. And I'll tell you guys another secret. And I know I talked about this on one of the other podcasts. I'm pretty sure that I have. But we got Odin last year as our little miniature schnauzer. And
Yeah, he's a ham.
last year we had a storm that was probably about 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Bobby's got 3 cats. Well, you're verging on it, bro. You're getting close, man. Don't have 5 or 6 of them, man. No, I'm just playing, dude. You do whatever you want. But, but that being said, we got Odin last year as a little puppy.
Yeah.
And so we brought him to he still comes to shop with me every day.
Yeah, he's a daddy's
So
boy.
Odin, Richard's got 2 cats. Now we're getting everybody's got cats. Fuck, we offended everybody.
No, we didn't
All right.
offend everybody.
Well, you guys already know my take on that. I at least got to offend you guys once during the podcast because I just figure if you can't handle me offending you at least one time, then,
I don't know.
All right. So, but we got Odin last year as a puppy, and we would literally bring him to the shop because we were socializing him, and we would hand him to people and stuff like that, and let people handle him, pet him all the time. Well, essentially we were socializing him, and we learned that because we've had several miniature schnauzers, and we made a mistake on the first 2 by not socializing them.
Lily's
And
one
then
of them.
our other miniature schnauzer, Lily, we actually had to take her to doggy fucking boot camp and have her professionally socialized. So
That still
we
didn't
learned
work.
we still didn't work, but we learned the importance of that then. So here we got little puppy Odin, and we're handing him to people, and we hit hailstorms. We hit a hailstorm last year during that time.
Yeah.
And it was fucking crazy. The most hardcore, how I guess politically say this, lesbian looking adjusters that would come in, and we would give them Odin, the puppy, and would melt their fucking heart. Anybody who came in that door gave us every dime we asked for.
Now they gave us more.
They gave us more money.
Gave us more money.
By handing them a fucking puppy. All right, so look, that's the secret. If you want to get a shit ton of money and make a shit ton of fucking money in a hailstorm, go buy a puppy.
Yeah.
And when they come in, just have that puppy there, man.
Yeah, make sure you have that animal around that adjuster because it will just
I still remember the chick from State Farm. I mean, she came in, looked like hardcore lesbian, man. Which I have nothing wrong with lesbians. But you know how sometimes they can be tough on you?
Well,
You know what I mean?
John was in the restroom and she came in and she was kind of somewhat macking on me. And
Macking
I'm
on her.
I was like, oh man, I feel so uncomfortable right now.
And
I
I'm like,
feel so
babe, if it'll
uncomfortable."
get us more money.
I'm like, oh, I'm just like, John, please hurry up and get out
So
of
for
that
them
bathroom.
hardcore lesbian adjusters, you got to have a lady there and a puppy. So if you got a lady and a puppy, you're good to go. So she came in. I even remember she was wearing a pair of them Oakley sunglasses that only baseball players wear. That's how fucking hardcore lesbian she was. And boom, puppy. Good looking girl.
Oh my God.
She's like, she came back in with the check, and I was like, so did everything work out all right? She goes, oh, I gave you more.
Yeah. She's like, here you go.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, y'all.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's
so,
how you do it.
so it looks like we got some cat people here.
That's okay.
All right, good.
I was
Good.
just voicing my opinion. That's all. I don't have nothing
So,
against them. Personally.
If some of you guys do not know, what's going on, Antonio? How you doing? Some of you guys do not know. We do have my son working for us now, and he
Jonathan.
actually he always worked for me every year,
Yeah.
and he's graduated now, so he's working for me full time.
I'm just glad he doesn't have to go back to school
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all this Corona ho going on.
He's getting really good and creative. So we got some creative systems and stuff like that. So I'm really working with him on creative. And then we actually ended up hiring my assistant, which happens to be one of his best friends from high school. And Nate actually just happens to be a really fucking good assistant. He's really mature for his age, but it's unbelievable that he's only 18 years old and the type of things that he's been doing for me. So a lot of times some of you guys will hit us up for like tech support on something like that. A lot of times that's Nate dealing with you. He's 18 years old and he is an absolute tech head. The guy helped me develop an app recently for one of our clients, and just one thing after the next. The kid's doing phenomenal. That's one of the things I recommend for y'all out there who may be getting really busy, especially if you're running a hailstorm or something like that, and you're literally feel like you're sinking underwater. You're doing everything on your own, man. Hire a fucking assistant, okay? Hire an assistant, and don't look at it like you're hiring somebody you're paying like $40,000 a year. Look at it like you're giving them $500 or $750 a week or whatever it is, wherever you live in your country. Look at them like you're giving them that much money to actually buy 40 hours worth of your time back. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's definitely one of the best things that I've recently done. And the truth is, I actually have 2 other assistants who work remotely. So I've been utilizing that for a long time. Actually, I don't even look at emails anymore. And it's kind of funny when I do look at emails, people think they're talking to me, even though it's got my assistant's name on it and all that kind of stuff.
It still happens to me all the time, like with the dent repair and stuff like that. At first, I got like somewhat offended because I'm like, with customers and even like dent people that would like reach out, and I'm like, they're fucking talking to me. They're not talking to John. And then finally I just gave up, and I'm just like, fuck this shit. You know, if they want to think that they're talking to John Hiley, I'm going to pretend that I'm John Hiley.
I get people all the time like, you kind of sound girly.
No, I actually kind of sound like you.
How are you so manly when I come in there and see you?
Oh, my God.
How are you so manly, sir? When you sound like a girl online.
You know what, though? It is kind of funny because every now and then I will get a customer over the phone, and it's a man that is just being like, he's almost kind of like being a womanizer in some ways. It's like he's talking to me, and he's like, you know, in his manly voice, basically treating me like I don't know shit.
Do you have a guy around there that can talk about this dent?
Can I talk to John? John knows what he's talking about. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about, you know? And they'll be so like dismissing and kind of just like me, like nitpicking at you. And I'm like, okay, fucker, if you're going to give me the 3rd degree, then I cannot wait until you come in for this estimate or this repair and meet my husband. Because if you're going to treat me like shit, just wait till you get to see John.
Yeah. It is kind of funny when people think they're going to come in here and like negotiate me or anything like that, because it's really interesting because I like dress like this, you know. I mean,
well, you're a big guy, and that's the thing. Like, they can be a total asshole to me on the phone, but then when they come in here and see you, I'm like, so what was that guy like? What did he say to you? How did he approach you? Oh, he was like really nice to me.
They always are. Nice. They always are.
Like super duper nice.
Look, most of the time, here's the way I look at it. Look, a lot of you guys are good guys. I mean, if there's somebody who's willing to kind of be, you know, an asshole, like an asshole to women, usually that dude has some sort of insecurity, or he's typically being bossed around by other dudes, you know.
He has little man syndrome.
He wants to take the little bit of power that he has, you know what I mean, and kind of like use it to boss a woman around, because he really can't do that with other men.
That's true.
You know, the truth of the matter is, if a man's willing to do that and willing to act like that, it's usually some sort of insecurity that individual has, and they're typically scared of other dudes, you know. So that's the way I chalk it up, because a lot of people look at me, man, like I'm a fucking nice guy. Like I really am. Like everywhere I go, a lot of people that I talk, I'm fucking nice to people.
Yeah, you are a nice guy.
So it's like I don't really have a lot of issues with anybody anywhere that I go, you know. And I always choose I choose to take the higher ground in just about every situation. I don't want to go out and fight people and shit like that. I used to get a little hot-headed, and occasionally I do. Like I fucked up on Facebook the other day. You know what I mean? Like I fucked up on Facebook. I had some guy that was all right, so here's what bothers me. I'll tell you guys what bothers me.
I called him out on this because I was like, I read your comments on Facebook. I was like, John Hiley, I was like, come on, you're better than that. I'm like, you should have like held yourself to a higher standard.
Here's what bothers me, and I'm not even saying he did it. But when you know somebody and you know that they would not look you in the face and talk to you the way they're talking to you online, it just fucking runs right through me. It makes me like, dude, well, how about me and you meet up and you say what you're fucking saying to my face? And I said that to him, and I thought about it right afterwards. I had a bad feeling in my gut, and I immediately apologized and said, dude, I'm sorry, okay? I fucking should not have came at you like that because I actually think that you're a nice guy, and I do. But there's something about it that has always ran through me. I mean, you know, look, if Trey Scott jumps on here and tells me, fuck you, you know, guess what? He would say that to my face, you know, or if Clifton Atkins jumped on here and said, you know, hey, you know, fuck you, John, he would say that to my face. Well, I love Clifton, and he wouldn't say that. Neither would Trey. No. But I'm just saying that there's some people that have this thing where they just... It's almost like the fucking womanizer that I'm talking about, okay?
I know.
So they have such little power with people in the real world. And I truly believe this is like a huge situation. They have such little power with people in the real world that they get on Facebook and think that they're fucking 10 feet tall. And they start talking shit. And especially when somebody like lives near me, I'm like, hey, I could fucking walk down here and look you in the face, and I just want to see if you're going to talk to me like that.
Oh,
Not saying I'm going to kick somebody's ass or something like that, but just saying, dude, how about we look at each other right in the face, eyeball to eyeball, and see if you'll fucking talk to me like that.
The person lives near us?
Yeah, the one that yeah. But which he's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong, but I seriously feel, though, that there's people out there that
and you never know. He could have been having a really bad day.
That's true. No, that's true. Could have been having a really bad day, and I actually think he's a really nice guy. And I immediately apologized. And you guys know years ago when I went on my 2-year fucking tirade, I probably would have never apologized, and I probably would have screenshot the comments and did a hater dance video.
Yeah.
Shit like that, you know. But, you know, that being said...
You know what's funny, though? I talked about this to you. So I'm listening to this one book, and a couple of weeks ago, John and I, we took just a road trip up to St. Mary's, up to the lake and stuff like that, you know?
Which was fucking amazing.
Just to get away from all the people wearing masks.
Small town USA are still fucking... We didn't see one fucking mask while we were up there.
Yeah, and it was really nice. So we were like driving the back way back home, and I'm like, hey, let's go and drive through Green. Don't put that on. That's not nice. That's rude.
No, go ahead. I was gonna hold it here, and then you had a story. We had a story about that.
But this is another story that we can tell.
But you say this story, and then we'll tell this story here in a minute. All right, she can hold on to it.
No, John.
All right.
See, he does this shit every time. Every time I go and like want to tell a story or whatnot,
you guys can see this shit.
No, you go
being fucking abused
over me all the
time. Being abused right now.
Abused.
They seen what you fucking wrote about my toe. You guys seen how bad my toe was? Scroll down a couple posts, guys. Scroll the fuck down.
No.
And y'all can see how bad my toe was.
When you first injured that toe, I had to take care of that toe. That toe was disgusting.
It erupted like a fucking volcano with blood. She thought she'd have to call the ambulance.
I thought I was going to take him to the hospital because it wouldn't quit bleeding at one point.
We couldn't stop it.
Where can I get this fucking toe to stop bleeding? I was like, it would not.
And it was like a week after it happened when the toenail finally fell off.
Oh, okay.
So here I am dealing with a fucking toe. Had to go to the damn the foot and ankle doctor. Getting it cut off.
You're not getting cut off.
I had a partial nail evolution.
It's evolution.
Yes. It's so funny when I wrote that and everybody thought that I was going to get my toe cut off. I was like, well, shit, I can't just tell them I got a little bit of my nail cut down into it. I was like, I need to find the technical term for that. So I Googled and I found out it was like I think it's called a partial nail evolution. I'm probably saying that wrong. Just like I say, Boozy Man.
Yeah, you probably are.
Just like we're going down there to Boozy Man.
Oh, dear Lord, dear Lord, dear Lord. It's getting hot in here.
You gonna tell them about me driving through the neighborhood with that?
No, I was gonna tell a story and you just ruined it.
Jump on there and tell it.
No, I kind of like.
You guys see what happens here.
You're not getting this mask because this is gonna make me laugh. Right. I still laugh about this to the day. I'll be like taking a shower and stuff like that and bust out into a laugh because of the shit you do sometimes.
I like to drive around in my car with different masks on, just so I can see people's fucking expressions.
What? In all honesty, we'll be together 20 years, and I'll tell you one thing that makes a lasting relationship is John can piss me off so bad and make me so mad, and I want to like kill him. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden, he makes me laugh.
That's what's up.
That's really what you need is laughter. A lot of laughter.
That's how you become a panty dropper.
Yeah, I mean, even during like the lowest times, the lows, this man can make me laugh.
For some reason, I find comedy out of everything. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's a little early too. Like I'll say some shit that like everybody will look at me and be like, did he just say that shit?
Oh my God. There was like one time we went to a family function of mine and it was one of my cousins. And when we left, he was like, is your one cousin pregnant? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, I was going to ask her and see when the baby.
Thank God I did not do that. Asking some girl if she's pregnant when she's not pregnant. That's like the worst fucking thing you can possibly do.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm going to tell this story because now it's going back on a little bit more of a serious note. Okay.
Let's do it.
So, anyways, we were driving. Oh, you got that look on your face.
What? No, go ahead and tell the story.
Serious. See? Okay, so anyways, so we're driving down to Greenville. What do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Shut up. Okay, so we're driving down to Greenville, and I was like, hey, let's just drive by my old house, you know, like when I grew up in Greenville and whatnot. And we did that. And I was like, hey, let me give my brother a call, and we can just stop by and say hi. Well, we went and stopped by, and we said hi and everything like this. And next thing you know, my brother was like, well, Angela, you know that I'm the one that has the best memory out of me and you know? And my brother and I, we've always had this little thing where he's always thought he was like brighter than me or something of that nature. So anyways, he gets into this argument with me about...
He's a Nobel Prize winner. Everybody got to have one of them in their fucking family.
Yeah. So anyways, he gets into this argument with me about this thing that happened when I was probably like 13 and he was probably like 10 or 11. And he swears up and down that I wasn't taking this baseball bat away from him, that I ended up hitting him in the head with it. So that way it would give him the okay to crack me in the back with the baseball bat. And it was one of the shut up, like the wooden baseball bats. So here I am, I start like arguing with him, and then the next thing you know, when we leave, I'm just like, why did I get into that argument with him? I was like, here I am giving a fuck about something that I really don't give a fuck about. And I was like...
And you guys like argue about that same fucking story like 1,000 times.
And I'm just like, you know what? The next
You
time...
hit me, John. No, I didn't. You hit me, John. No, I didn't.
I'm like, the next time I see him, I'll be like, you know what, John? That's my brother's name, too. So, isn't that funny?
So she's going to bring the story up again when she's there. You know, John.
No, I'm not.
I was thinking about the time you hit me with that baseball bat.
He brings up the story, not me.
You're right, but I'm just going to let you feel that way.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's what she's going to say to him. Like shit like that.
No.
He's going to be like, well, I am right. She'd be like, well, no, you're not.
No, I'm going to be like, yeah,
it's going to be like the cycle's going to continue.
No, it's not going to continue. But isn't that, it's like over some stupid story about like, you know, I apparently hit him in the head with the baseball bat and then he was okay to hit me in the back with the baseball bat.
Hey, can I tell him about them girls at Walmart, what they were doing?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so when we were up in Greenville, it was kind of cool because like the closer we got to like Greenville, so we went clear out in like St. Mary's, Ohio, which is like a little lake town, and we're like, man, we want to see how motherfuckers are acting around there because it's weird as fuck around here. Everybody masking up and shit, you know, spraying. Spray this shit on me, you know, gloves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all this shit around here.
Yeah.
And we drive up to St. Mary's, it's like nothing's fucking going on. We're like, damn, we want to fucking live here.
This is like nice.
Well, the closer we get back to Dayton, just the worse it gets. You know what I mean? Like, we stop here, and then you see like one mask, and then you get a little closer, and then you're like, ooh, like half the people are wearing masks.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it was in Greenville. So we got to Greenville, Ohio, and it's like we went into... I was literally stoked to walk into this Walmart and not be asked to wear a fucking mask, right? Because I hadn't went into any of the stores, and I was just stoked to be able to walk in there.
Yeah.
So we walked in there, and like half the people were wearing masks, and the other half of the people weren't. And I was one of the proud motherfuckers who wasn't. Part of the resistance, part of the fucking crew, part of the fucking fight the fucking power.
Yeah.
As in the government, not the white people, but you
Yeah.
know, that's the way that used to be used. Okay, so we come out, right? Sitting in the parking lot, and I'm just relishing my moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
back then, you know, like you didn't have to wear a mask in there,
It was
right?
a good feeling.
And all of a sudden I hear like these girls like giggling, and I hear crunch, crunch, like a car is being hit or something.
Yeah.
I look in my rearview mirror, and there's these 3 girls that look like they're probably in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of them are all over this fucking hood of this car. And it looks like a
was.
reasonably nice car for a teenager in high school. Like one that your dad maybe went out and spent like 15 grand or something like that to get you your first car. And it was reasonably nice, you know, especially for probably as young as they were. And here she got 2 girls posing on her fucking hood.
They were doing a TikTok video.
Doing like a TikTok video.
They're dancing.
All I hear is like crunch, 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 crunch. And we watch it, and I'm like, holy shit. And then I'm like, oh my God, they're getting ready to drive the car by here. Fucking drove it by. The hood was concaved, man.
Yeah.
So, and I'm thinking this is a trend because later on, I don't know how politically correct I can say this, a big old fat chick on top of a roof doing the same fucking thing on an SUV.
I think you're supposed
This
to
is a
say-
trend, y'all.
No, I think you're supposed to say curvy.
Big boned. It was a big boned chick. Isn't that the way that people used to fucking sugarcoat the word you're fat by saying you're big boned?
Yeah.
I mean, my mom, like when I was a kid, used to tell me that I was husky, and that was basically saying that you're fat. Hey, no, you're just a little husky. I'm like, okay, yeah,
That's okay.
I'm a husky boy. I remember I used to buy pants, they would say husky on them.
Were you very proud of them?
I mean, not really.
You were?
I thought I was fucking stellar as a little kid.
Absolutely.
And if you look back, I was like kind of like a little fat kid. But I thought I was stellar. And then one day I was at the pool, and some girl told me that I looked like a roly-poly. Fucking crushed me. Fucking crushed me.
That's
So
okay.
here I am, like confident as can be, my shirt off, you know.
Yeah.
And some girl goes, hey. And I'm like, what's up, girl? And she's like, you look like a roly-poly. And I'm like, oh, damn. Put my shirt back on. Went and crawled back into a hole and damn near died over that one.
You did, for real?
Damn near fucking died.
Oh, that's okay.
I got over it though. Somehow I forgot I was fat again. Was out there with my shirt on off the next day.
Oh, just the next day?
Oh yeah,
Oh, it didn't take
I
you
was
very
back
long,
at
did
it,
it?
man. That bitch ain't gonna hold me down. I probably got to looking at the mirror and was like, she just doesn't know these are muscles. She just don't know these are muscles right here. Shit. Don't fuck with roly-poly.
That's all right. People used to call me Thunder Thighs.
I was just like, I got out there like, that bitch was jealous.
jealous. I was called Thunder Thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what that bitch looks like now. She don't look like this. Captain Caveman, motherfucker, is in the house.
OMG.
What's up?
You're funny.
Hey, what I used the best pickup line ever on her
Yeah.
yesterday.
I love cheesy pickup lines.
I looked at her and
John-
said, hey, I said, is your name Ariel? because you're mermaid for me. Boom.
Yeah.
Best fucking pickup line
I
ever.
know. I love cheesy pickup lines. Give me another one.
Another one?
Yeah, give me another
Baby,
one.
is your daddy a thief? How'd he steal the stars to put them twinkles in your eyes?
Oh, I love you, John Hiley.
There it is, y'all. There it
know.
is, y'all. That's how you do it, man.
I
Keep
love
them
it.
laughing, them
Yeah.
cheesy pickup lines.
Cheesy pickup lines get me every time.
Yeah. So that being said, I think we're about done with this podcast tonight, right?
Yes.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
You guys like this, huh? That's what I'm gonna wear. What I'd be wearing in the Walmart.
No, you gotta tell everybody what you were doing. You were driving. He had this on, and he was driving around in the car. So
See, I was just driving around my neighborhood in the car, looking at people, just trying to get reactions from them, you know. And my neighbor guy, who is just a few houses down, which we occasionally. Apparently, he's the head of some fucking association or something like that.
Yeah.
Tried to get me to sign some bullshit that was going to cause me to have to put a fucking lamppost in my front yard or something like that. I'm like, I ain't signing this shit. I'm like, hell no. Hell no. We ain't changing the bylaws of our fucking neighborhood. No. That's like me with the Constitution. That's like when I was a single-cell organism. Like, I ain't changing. Ain't no way.
shit.
I'm a single-cell organism.
Yep.
Ain't no change around here, son. You want to change me? You going to have to come past my guns. So I'm driving through my neighborhood, right? This motherfucker who tried to get me to sign this thing to run an expensive fucking lamppost in my front yard. Like this. He waves at me like this. He goes. He first he had that normal wave going on, you know? And then he's like just stares at me like that.
Oh dear God.
You gotta fuck with him, man.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I even got some kid that makes faces at me and shit. and he does it when nobody's looking. It's like he waits till only he knows that like nobody else is looking at him but me.
Yeah.
And he does all this fucked up shit. He like goes like this, you know. So I started making faces back. I get him every time.
What's your favorite one?
I like this. Drive by like this.
You gotta flay your nose out a little bit more.
Yeah, man. So, anyhow, y'all, I think that's it for the podcast tonight.
I guess so.
Finally got our ass broken in, man. Only took like 25 minutes to get you loosened up.
Why don't you say something inspiring?
Talking and shit.
Say something inspiring. Come on, you're always good with the stuff.
Be a
good
lot
shit.
cooler if you did.
No, come on. You can do better than that.
Hey, man.
Come on, it's Friday.
It's Friday. Man, you ain't got shit to do, Craig. You ain't got no job. Craig, you want to get high today?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go
Big
home and pack me up a bowl. I'm going to get down with it. For real. And then I'm going to watch me a good documentary on the TV.
No, I actually did. I read something pretty good the other day. I did a little fucking snap about it, you know.
Yeah.
But it was like this, man. It's like you notice that when you are happy alone, like when you can be happy alone, that's when every motherfucker wants to all of a sudden hang out with you. You know what I mean? Is when you can be happy alone. Okay. And that's so important, like a learning lesson. I don't know if you guys have noticed, have you guys have seen this, you know, throughout your lifetime. But it's like every time like you become the best version of yourself and you focus on inner peace and you become, you know, somebody who can just find happiness inside themselves.
Yeah.
You know, that's when everybody is happy to be around you. You know, it's the times when you can't find happiness, when your happiness is contingent on like other people, or when your happiness you're looking outside of yourself for happiness, is when you can never find it. You know,
that's true.
it's when you cultivate it and spend a lot of time, you know, working on yourself.
Well,
so
that was like the biggest thing I remember, even like when I was younger and stuff like that. I think probably up until I was probably like really almost probably
like 39.
I would say like within the 2 years ago, that'd be what, 38.
Yeah.
You know, I always felt that like the worst thing that you could possibly be was to be alone. And, you know, like you always had to have someone in your life doing something for them and not for yourself. And, oh my God, really? You have to fart right now.
I didn't do that.
You do this shit all the time.
The chair creaked.
But anyways, what I was saying is, like, probably within the last 2 years, like, I found that I need to smack you. This is shit. See, look, I go to say something, like, really nice and, like, inspirational, and then John has to.
I didn't fart.
You have to take the attention off of me and direct it onto you.
No, I did not.
Yes, you do.
I did not.
Yes, you do, John Hiley.
So she likes me when I'm funny, but then she doesn't.
John.
Can never win, guys.
No, there's a time and a place. You needed to let me do.
It doesn't even stink.
You need to let me speak, and then you
All right,
could have
go ahead.
did your. No, it's all good.
No, tell me what you're gonna say.
We're good now. We're good. We're good.
Now you guys see me getting in trouble now.
Well, they're probably laughing. They probably think it's hilarious, which is fine. Trust me, I'm not going to be mad at John for a long time. It'll only last for like a minute or two, and then it goes away. I have a short attention span or something like that.
A short attention span or
Isn't that what
something
it
like
is?
that.
Isn't that what it's called or something of that nature? Right? No, it's all good.
No, but really, honestly though, in the last 2 years though,
Within the last 2 years of my life, I've done a lot of work on myself.
yeah,
And
and I'm very, very proud of you.
Yeah. You should be proud of me.
Very proud of you.
No. It's actually a good thing to be alone. It really is. It's a really good thing to be alone.
Even though we're always together all the time.
We're not together all the time. No. You come over here to the shop. Listen, I kick him and Jonathan out of the house. Like at a certain time in the morning. I'm like, y'all need to go because I've got shit to do.
And I work from 9 till 3:30.
Yeah, but still, you know. Oh, wait a minute. Before we end this podcast, I have to do something which is so funny because I brought something up to. Where's your phone at? Let me see your phone. I'm just going to use it as a prop. So I don't really care because John does a lot of stuff on his phone, you know, like for work and whatnot. But here's the thing. We'll be together and let's say we'll start having like a good conversation.
I'll be like you. You be me and I be you.
And we'll have like a good conversation and whatnot. And, or we'll be at dinner and I'll be talking and I'll be like saying stuff. And I know this probably happens a lot in a lot of relationships and whatnot, but this is what John does. I'll be like, oh, honey, blah, 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 blah. This is what John's like. No, I'm not crying. But that's what he does. And it drives me crazy because I'm like, listen, all I want is a few minutes of your time for right now. Then you can go back to your phone. Okay? You can go back to your phone. But for like, you know, these 5 minutes, you're spending time, quality time with your wife, and you're not going to get back. You need to put the fucking phone down, okay? Just put it down. It's not going to go anywhere. And then he throws this line into me. He's like, Angela, don't you know how much money this phone makes me? And I'm like, yes, I do. But let me tell you something. This person right here, your wife, is priceless. And you're never going to get this time back. So you need to give me some good quality time.
So you guys are probably used to hearing that same shit.
They probably
you know.
are. They probably really
All right,
are.
everybody. Are you done with me, ringing me in front of everybody?
That's okay. Everybody needs to see this shit. They need to know what it's like. They need to know what it's like to live with John Hiley. I could tell you all kinds of stories, but we'll keep that. We'll keep that till next time. That's what we'll do.
We will release another story on the next one.
Yeah, I'll make it a good one too.
All right, everybody. So appreciate you for taking the time
Taking the time.
to chill with us. Tactical Live. Are you going to be cool on the next one? Like, it ain't going to be like no break-in period anymore?
No, I'll be good. I'll
We
be
good to go?
I'll be really good. I'll be really good. I'll be
Fuck
good
it. We need to start doing these things live.
I didn't sweat that bad this time around, so I'm good.
I don't even sweat in Utah, by the way.
You do too. You get sweaty armpits.
A little bit.
You'll get
Just a little bit.
You get some sweaty armpits.
All right, everybody.
Whew.
Appreciate you. And as usual,
We'll
I'm going to see you on that motherfucking next one. What are you going to say?
I don't know. Something. Your vibe is your tribe.
Bang, bang.
Pew, pew. No, I was supposed to say bang bang.
Well, we did it together. Jesus. That phone makes you money, but it'll cost you with your missus. Oh, dang, we had a lot of comments going. All right. I need to stop it here in this one, too.